Get up. All right. Hey fam, hey fam, hey fam. It is your girl. It is Miss Michelle Allen Franklin, Mrs. DIY for Divine Intervention, honey, because you know that there are no coincidences in this world. Only God's divine intervention in our lives. And Miss Community Builder, why? Because you know I'm always giving you the good information, honey. Yes, giving you what you need out here in these good internet streets. Okay. So, thank you. I want to just say thank you for all the people that have sent me messages, for all the people that are following along, for everybody that is showing up in gratitude. I'm grateful for you. And so, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. People don't have to do the things that they do for you. And so, I'm taking a minute to say thank you, honey. I appreciate you. And so, we are in day 6 of gratitude. We are for the month of March. For those of you that don't know, where you been, boo? Come on along with us. It's not too late. You can join us each and every day. The replays are available on the YouTube channel, Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free. But today we are on day 6 of what we're doing this month. It is The Magic by Miss Rhonda Byrne. We have been doing this. We are going to do this for the month of March for the next 28 days because your girl does not feel like showing up, honey. For those of y'all that follow me, you know that my cousin passed away a couple weeks ago. My nephew's birthday is actually today. And the anniversary of his death is next month. And so your girl, y'all know I'm very transparent. I have been in grief. I have been in depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all of the things. And so when you journey into that type of darkness, it's easy to not show up. And so I was challenged by a good friend of mine's and to just show up. And so that's my goal for the month is to just show up because I know that there's some other people out there that don't want to show up either, right? Life has been lifing and things have been happening. And we don't talk about them. We just going on our day to day, acting like everything is fine when it's not. And so that is what we're doing. We are showing up. And how can I show up? And what I've been practicing and how I show up each day is in gratitude. I'm in a gratitude circle. It is I've been in it since the last year, June. I feel like it has shifted my life, and it definitely has put me in a place where it's easier for me to show up. It's not hard. It's what do I want to say? It's not a challenge, right? But I will say it's not as challenging as it would be. And I do feel like I'm not making the excuse. Well, how we make excuses when we don't want to do something. You find something to say, right? You find some reason, a rationale why you're not, I don't want to do it. Ain't nobody paying attention. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. At this point, God has me in purpose, and I know that He is using me and He uses my voice. And so I don't feel like in this point in period of my life, and I've been here for 46 years around the sun, been here for 46 years. I don't feel like at this point in my life that God is a just because God. I know that for sure. I know that He uses us for different things. And the transparency that you see when you see any of my videos is because I believe in Romans 8:28. I don't believe that God is a just because God. And I believe that the good, the bad, and the crazy, and we know it's a lot of crazy, is working out for our good at the end of the day. It is for me to get my Harriet Tubman on to say, hey, how did you get past that? How did you get through the death of your big mama? How did you get through the death of your stepfather? How did you get through, this sudden loss of your nephew? How did you get through? For me to get my Harriet Tubman on and reach back. And one of the things that has helped me is gratitude. And so that is why we're doing gratitude this month. I pray that it does something for you as it does for me. It is that we take the little things for granted. And so when we slow down Because I don't know about you, but I was always late to stuff. I still am late sometimes, but was always late to stuff. And I was zooming everywhere. And so I really was missing the little things in life. I didn't have a good appreciation for the little things. And so what this does is it makes us very intentional. It gives us a very intentional look at the things that we take for granted. And so that's what we're doing. All right, so here we go. I'm trying to, because your girl can't see. Let me see. Your girl can't see the comments and stuff from this angle, so I got to look at it at another angle. Give me a second. One of the things that is, let me turn my volume down. And so, hey, cuz, and hey, Bertha. Thank you for joining me. So we are on day 6. So day 6, the title is Works Like Magic. If you take any activity, any art, any discipline, any skill, take it and push it as far as it will go. Push it beyond where it has ever been before. Push it to the wildest edges of edges. Then you force it into the realm of magic. Now, this isn't a long chapter. It's only 2 pages, so stay with me. How can it be that a person who is born into total poverty starts out with nothing and has very little education, goes on to become a president or a celebrity, or builds an empire and becomes one of the wealthiest people in the world? And how is it that 2 people can start out in the same career, and yet one person's career goes from success to even greater success, while the other person works himself or herself into the ground with little success, no matter how hard they try? The missing link to success is gratitude, because according to the law of attraction, you have to be grateful for what you have to attract success to you. So without gratitude, it is impossible to have a permanent success. Now, mind you, he said permanent, because some people will have like a temporary, little short stint, but permanent success. To bring success or increase the good things in your job or work, like opportunities, promotions, money, brilliant ideas, inspirations, and appreciation, it is essential to be grateful for your job or work. The more gratitude you have, the more you will have to be grateful for. And you should be getting the idea by now that to increase anything in your life, you have to be grateful for what you already have. Hey, boo. Whoever has gratitude for their work will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude for their work, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. When you are grateful for your job, you will automatically give more to your work. And when you give more to your work, you will increase the money and success that is returned to you. If you are not grateful for your job, you will automatically give less. Think about that. When you at work and you don't want to be there, your effort and your customer service, like how good is it? Right? But when you are showing up in that different energy, something different happens, doesn't it? So when you give less, you decrease what comes back to you. And as a result, you will never be happy in your work. You will never give more than you have to. And your job or work will stagnate and eventually deteriorate, which could mean losing your job. Remember, for those who do not have gratitude, even what they have will be taken from them. The amount you give in gratitude is exactly proportional to the amount you receive in return. Yes, control the amount you receive by the amount of gratitude that you give. If you are a business owner, your business's value will increase or decrease according to your gratitude. The more grateful you are for your business, your customers, your employees, the more the business will grow and increase. It is when the business owner stops being grateful and replaces gratitude with worry that their business spirals downward. If you're a parent and your work is taking care of your children and managing your home, look for the things to be grateful for at this time in your life. It is often a once in a lifetime opportunity when you can be grateful for this time. You will attract more support, more help, more beautiful moments, and more happiness to the experience. You should love your job, whatever it is, and be excited about going to work. And you shouldn't settle for anything less. If you don't feel if you don't feel that way about your current job, or if it's not your dream job, the way to receive your dream job is by first being grateful for the job that you have. Today, imagine you have an invisible manager. This one I love. Imagine that you have an invisible manager whose job it is to keep a record of the thoughts and feelings you have about your job. Imagine that your manager will follow you wherever you go today, poised with a pen and a notebook in hand. Every time you find something about your job to be grateful for, your manager will take a note of it. Your job is to find as many things as you can to be grateful for. So at the end of the day, your manager has a long list of all your gratitude. The longer the list, the more magic your invisible manager can bring to your money, your work, your success, your opportunities, employment, and fulfillment. Think about all things you could be grateful for in your work. To begin with, think about the fact that you actually have a job. Think about how many people are unemployed. Who would give anything to have a job? Think about the time saving equipment you use, such as phones, printers, the internet, the computers. Think about the people you work with and the friendships you have with them. Think about people who make your job easier, such as receptionists, assistants, janitors, and the delivery people. Think about how good it feels when you receive your paycheck. And think about the favorite aspects of your job that you love doing. Have your invisible manager make a note each time you find something you're grateful for by saying, I'm so grateful for blank, what is it? The more deeply your manager can see you're feeling gratitude, the sooner your manager can start to make the magic happen in your work, and the more magic will be created. It is possible that you could generate it is possible that you could generate so much gratitude for your work on one day that you will see circumstances instantly improve. Lucky breaks don't happen by accident. They are simply gratitude's magical power at work. It is this works like magic practice, falls on a weekend, or when you're not at work, move on to the next day's practice or practices, and then go back and use this magical practice on the first day you're back at work. Magic practice number 6. So every day we're doing this. Count your blessings. You make a list of 10 blessings and write why you're grateful. Remember, the why you're grateful is the most important part, because it's easy to list 10 things, but to put that extra thought into actually, why am I grateful for this, makes a tremendous difference. Reread your list and say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel gratitude for each one. Number 2, while you're at work today, imagine you have an invisible manager following you around, taking notes every time you find something to be grateful for. Your job today is to look for as many things as you can be grateful for. Number 3, have your manager make a note each time you find something you're grateful for by saying, I'm so grateful for, and what is it? And feel as grateful as you can. That is magical practice number 6, works like magic. And this is the thing about that. I feel like I talked the other day about being at my job and being at a place where I was ready. I felt like it was just time for me to go. And I've been a nurse for 24 years, and I can remember when I first started feeling burnout on the unit. I was about 7 years in. When I was a new nurse, you could not tell me that I was not going to retire on the floor, on the unit, because I loved it so much. But things happen again. Life starts life in, and I do remember feeling some kind of way about going to work every day. But I also remember feeling like, Lord, I'm grateful for this job, but please, give me or show me or lead me somewhere else. Lead me to where I can feel fulfilled again, because I just wasn't feeling fulfilled. And so this is not about the person. This is not about you, just feeling some kind of way of feeling a fake feeling of gratefulness, right? If you just in a place where you're miserable, right? And you can't like even see any great goodness that's going on at the job. It is focusing on the fact that you have a means to feed your family at this period of point in time, right? You have a means to take care of yourself. Again, some people want a job and they don't even have a job. You might not be making the money that you want to make, but hey, I'm still on this side of heaven. I have a choice. I could put some other applications in, right? While I'm going to this job that I don't like, I could put some applications in. You have a choice. And that's really what gratitude is. I feel like it is a choice on how you deal with situations. Are you going to look at your situation from a negative lens, or are you going to make a choice to look at it from a positive lens? The other thing is, this talks about, magic. But my thing is God is amazing. God provides. You know what I mean? And so, I read it as it's presented because this is her work and this is what I'm given. But even when I'm practicing gratitude, even when I've been in the gratitude circle, when I first started looking at this is all about faith. It is all about just stabilizing your foundation, right? And your faith and your walk, and what you believe, what you know for sure, what Big Mama and them said, what Mama said, right? This is laying the foundation. And so that is the biggest thing for you to remember, is that any situation that you're in, any financial situation that you're still on this side of heaven. That means that you still have time to shift your situation. But while you're in it, what can you be grateful for today? That's it, and that's all. What can you find to be grateful for? Imagine that little manager following you around today taking notes. Are you complaining? Or are you, finding some comfort in the crazy? When I initially moved down here, I said I took a $10 pay cut. But one thing that I realized was that the job that I had and the job that I was in, I was working with children prior to my whole nursing career, prior to moving to Texas. And I was working with adults. And so I was complaining about that. I'm like, oh, I don't know about these adults. I'm just like, oh, I just want to work with children. Why don't I have any children here? Blah, 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 blah. But what I realized was that those adults needed help too. They needed the education that I provided too. And they were grateful for having somebody to listen to them, to be available, that actually cared. I can't even tell you how many times I've had people say, you're the first one to listen to me, to figure things out, to take a minute, to try to de-escalate, to try to bring some calm into the crazy. And then, okay, how can we, because I'll just tell a joke, or I'll try to, lighten up the mood, because people calling they're upset. People are sick, and, they might not be in the mood, or, whatever it is. And so I'm a phone nurse. And so being a phone nurse and being able to shift that atmosphere, to shift that energy, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And by the end, somebody calling cussing, and by the end of it, they're laughing and joking with me and happy and in a space of gratefulness. You know what I mean? That's a blessing. And so I had to shift how I was looking at that thing, how I was showing up. In the beginning, just in this little funky space that I was in, worrying about the money. And again, I haven't missed any meals. I've had that pay cut, but guess what? I haven't missed any meals. I've gotten some extra meals, actually. No, I haven't missed any meals, honey. Everything, I haven't been put out of my home. Everything works out. And so that is the point, and that is the purpose, is what are you focused on, honey? What are you focused on today? Are you focused on the negative, or can you find some positive in the crazy? That is the name of this whole series, is finding some positive in the crazy. And that's what we're doing while we're looking at gratitude. As I wrap up, each and every day, I read a passage from this book. It's 365 Days of Prayer for Grief and Loss. As I said, today is my niece and my nephew's birthday. My niece is celebrating her birthday today, but my nephew passed away last year. And so I recognize that there is a lot of loss that is happening, and there is a lot of grief out in the world that people are suffering in silence. And so God just gave me this to add whenever I'm live, whenever I'm talking, to read something for those people. And so this is what we're doing. It is March the 7th, and this is called Renewed Strength. It says, "You were tired out by the length of your road, yet you did not say it is hopeless. You found renewed strength, therefore you did not faint." That is Isaiah chapter 57, verse 10. "God of the ages, you are my rock and my firm foundation. When the ground beneath me trembles and everything that can be shaken in my life is knocked loose, you are still steady. Your love is more reliable than the moon in the night sky. I know that you never leave, and you won't ever let me fall beyond your grasp. God, visit me today with your power and renew my strength. I've run out of my own, but I know that yours never ends. I lean on you and not on my own resources. You are the well that never runs dry, and I drink from the fountain of your mercy again. Thank you for your kindness that are new every morning." And the question of the day is, when you have nothing left to give, what do you do? When you have nothing left to give, what do you do? I can't help but be reminded of the song by Donnie McClurkin called "Stand." I'm going to put that in the comment section today as a song of the day that you can listen to. And but I'm also going to read to you, and I'll post this also, a poem that I used to read each and every day when I was in nursing school, newly separated and divorced, 2-year-old baby girl. I didn't know how I was going to make it. Oh my gosh, it was so hard in nursing school, trying to get and learn all the information and pass all the tests, and everything is on you. And you know that if you don't do this, it's all on you. You either going to do it, or everything is going, it's going to hell in a handbasket. And so it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure. My hair fell out. It was, I used to just sit in the bathroom. This was my first apartment. Me and my best friend, Sean, at the time, LaShondra Adams, at the time. But I would sit in that bathroom, and I would just sit and I would cry. And I would read this poem. And it just gave me hope. And I'm visual, so I would just see these mountains, and I'm like, okay, just gonna keep walking. I'm just gonna keep walking. But this is the poem that I used to read every day. It's called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learn. And many a failure comes about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Now, that was the end of my poem, but I found one that had a few more lines, and it says, for all the sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these, it might have been. We do not want to spend our lives in what might have been, what might have happened, to get to our deathbeds, to get to our time, end of the road, right? To get to the end of our dash and have all of these regrets of things, what you might have done, right? Les Brown tells a story of how the most richest place in the world is the graveyard. Why? Because so many people have passed away with their dreams, with their thoughts, with their vision, with their gifts, where still in their mind, because I was going to start, I was going to do it. Oh, it's not the right time. Perfection is demonic. There's never going to be a right time, right? There's never going to be a right time. Just do it. Just go. And I'm talking to those of y'all that are sitting on a vision, that are sitting on a dream, waiting for the right time, waiting for what again? What you wait? What you waiting for? I can't hear you. What? What? What you waiting? What you waiting for? I I can't hear you. It don't matter. Stop doing that. Stop doing it, okay, boo? Whatever the dream, whatever the vision, whatever it is, do it. Okay, does it have to be perfect? No. You're going to come back and you're going to revamp it anyway. When you get some more money, do it broke. Your girl ring light done cut off. You think I'm not going to go live every day because I don't have the ring light? Okay, the lighting is not the best, but the message is, right? It doesn't take away from your message. It doesn't take away from your gift. When you don't have all the things, you just go, honey. Do it. Do it anyway. Get your Erica Mason on. Do it anyway. That was our song for 2023. Do it anyway. Yes. That's where we're at, honey. Again, the question of the day is, when you have nothing left to give, what do you do, baby? Get your Donnie McClurkin on and you just stand, honey. For those of you today who are feeling some kind of way about life, because life is always lifing, okay? Just stand, babe. Stand if you feel like you can't walk today. But understand, you can only stand for so long. Yeah, it's light up there. You just got to keep going. Keep doing it. Keep going. Yeah, I promise you. I promise you. Just keep going. Whatever it is, you got this. All right. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. All right, fam. It's your girl, Michelle Franklin, Miss Michelle D.I. If you've heard this message, it means that it is for you. Because there are no coincidences in this world, only God's divine intervention in our lives. And you know your girl is always giving you the good information. So hit the notification button because the way these messages are working out, baby, I don't know what time I'm going to be here, but I know I'm going to be here tomorrow. If the good Lord says the same. So follow your girl on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free. Find your girl. There's some good information over there. And if you missed any of if you're looking for the replay. All right. See y'all tomorrow.